is Celeste. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence. I got introduced into this. This is something after you get to take a quiz within the book and all this other things. And this is something that comes very naturally to me. And I had never really thought about it as, like emotional intelligence. And there's this amazing book. It's called Emotional Intelligence 2.0. And it's by Travis Bradberry and Gary Vees, I believe. And I got introduced to this book at a retreat this year. And I started reading it. And it was very interesting and opened up my mind a lot versus our, kind of like our fight and flight side of the mind versus our actual, let's use our emotion, overtake the emotion and really use our own intelligence to what's the best thing to do in this situation. Because sometimes when we go way too much into emotion and we don't really have the time to really think and focus and use our actual intelligence, it can really end up harming us. And in this book, it has different situations at workplaces and different scenarios of, and what your ranking would be if you handle the situation this way and what would be a best way to handle it. And I really love it because it's really awesome. It has situations hey, if you're in a meeting and you don't let anybody else speak up, what your other coworkers wish you would do to change the situation and how they really feel about you. It's all in the book and it's really cool. I just really loved it. I know I'm a little nerdy like that. So there are four main things that concepts that the book goes over, emotional intelligence. There are four things. There's the personal competence, which means your self-awareness and your self-management. And then there are social competence, which is your social awareness and your relationship management. And I want to give you definitions of each of them. So self-awareness is your ability to accurately perceive your own emotions in the moment and understand your own tendencies across situations. Okay? So pretty much it's being straightforward and honest understanding of what makes you tick. Okay? Self-management is what happens when you act or do not act. So pretty much it really talks about being able to put, your own needs on hold and to manage your tendencies. So how you manage yourself, okay? Then the other one is relationship management. This one is about your ability to use your awareness of your own emotions and those others to manage interactions successfully. So that has to do a lot with relationships with others and yourself. And to be socially aware, you have to spot and understand people's emotions while you're right there in the middle of it, a contributing yet astutely aware member of the interaction. Much what it is your ability to accurately pick up on emotion in other people and understand what's really going on with them. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about this book, some amazing key points on this and things that I've implemented throughout my life and also after learning more about this. And I just think it's such an awesome tool that nobody really talks about. I know this is going to be a hot up and coming topic coming soon. So let's get started. So Gary Vees is coming out with his new book next month. I already pre-ordered some, okay? And he's going to be talking, his book is going to, I have a feeling, I haven't seen it, I don't know, but I have a strong feeling it's going to be something similar to this because I know he was talking about situations and how you would handle them. So I think he's going to be talking and tuning into emotional intelligence and something that we're going to be hearing a little bit more in the next couple of months. You're going to start seeing coming up on social as well. And it just really explains how to deal with your emotions in a creatively and intelligent, beneficial way is pretty much what it is. Okay. So let's get started of this. So we're going to start with this book. And I love this part. It says, you do control the thoughts that follow an emotion, and you have a great deal of say in how you react to an emotion as long as you're aware of it. In business and in life, situations are going to come up. There's situations that, like make us feel certain type of way. And I really feel it's all how we handle it, how we can make that situation most beneficial for us. It's not about being it's not about like being positive 24/7 or seeing everything like sunshine, because like I'm a human, I have my sides, I'm like, I get frustrated like everybody else. But when the situation arises, there are 3 things that I usually do that I want to share with you today to help you when these things arise in your own business, and some helpful tips of things that I've done in my own life that I've implemented now in my business that have really helped me with when situations arise. Number 1, establish your healthy boundaries. Boundaries are a beautiful, healthy thing of communication in any relationship. I did a post yesterday on Celeste the Stylist on my Instagram and on my Facebook page, and I went ahead and posted it. And it was very interesting, the response I got to it. But when you establish in any relationship, why is it that we always assume the other person needs to know what our boundaries are? I think as human beings and as a woman, and I come from a Hispanic background, I come from a Central American background. I lived there for 6 years. And my biological dad, he was very machista. He was very this is a male dominant society. And I was, I was brought up when I was little, through him, that I was below, I'm a woman, I'm below, and I had to be submissive. And there was all the other things that I had to fight throughout my life to be no, I get to be my own human being, and I get to be powerful and own my voice and get to say no. I get to have boundaries. And that was something very hard, being totally transparent with you guys, to really come up with. And as I've gotten older now, probably after I turned 23, I'm about to be 36, I decided to start doing it in my life. And a lot of people didn't like it. And, when you establish your boundaries, you can have this fear that, oh my gosh, but people are going to think I'm a B word or this or that. It doesn't matter. Some people perceive me as that, and that's totally okay, because for me, my boundaries are very in tune with my life. And I really feel if I respect and love myself, and other people respect and love other human beings and individuals, they understand that we all have boundaries. So number 1, establish your boundaries in life and in business. We are not for everybody. The part and the beautiful part about specializing in your business, especially for us in the beauty industry, we get so scared because we're oh my gosh, I'm putting off all these people. But on the contrary, we're being very clear about our communication and our boundaries, that this is what you specialize. This is what I want to do. And if this is what you're looking for, I am the right fit for you. I am not trying to please everybody. It's not about people pleasing or trying to do 20 million things. This is my specialization. And I think it's so important with boundaries. It really gives out that clear communication. So set out your boundaries in a, clear way so it can benefit you and the relationship that you also have with your clients. Number 2, take the emotion out of it. So I did a live yesterday, and we're going to do a live tonight too, because today's Thursday. I do my lives at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to be talking about about emotional intelligence and boundaries, why boundaries are so healthy and so important in your business. We need to take the emotion out of it. So yesterday I was talking in the live that I see a lot of posts because this person did this to me, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, sentences of why they're doing a price increase or why they're stopping to do this. It puts all this emotion into it. And honestly, I feel like it's really hurtful for your business, for your brand, and for yourself too, and even for your client experience, because I've experienced it myself. I have talked about it before in the podcast, how their services, some people just put up the sign. Some people don't even tell you. They're just hey, you're used to paying, 30, today's 42. Different ways to communicate that. But I think it's so important to take the emotion out of it. And I gave this example on there that it would be best, if you're going to stop working certain days, if you know that you're going to, like be increasing your prices, or your prices change, your service are going to be changing, that you give them like at least a 30-day notice. And we don't only rely on social media, that we communicate through our clients through whether it's email, whether it's text marketing, whatever your preferred method is to communicate with your clients. We take number 3, responsibility for our lives, for our business. The responsibility of, being with the emotional intelligence is it comes down on us. And this is something that I really talked about yesterday. It was in Spanish. So sorry, guys. The live was in Spanish. I was talking all this stuff about yesterday. But we're going to do it today in English. I was talking about the importance of being responsible for our lives, for our business. I cannot rely on social media to run my business. That would be very irresponsible. That's just my own humble opinion. As we know, this month it went down for 6 hours. Instagram and Facebook went down for 6 hours, and WhatsApp. A lot of people use WhatsApp. In some communities, I know it's really important for them. And I saw this memo come out from Facebook saying, we apologize, we know interrupted your businesses and all this stuff. And then then all the memes came out and all the posts came out about it. But it's so important that we have a ways of communication with our clientele that relies on us, because it's our responsibility. It is our business. And, part of any type of human or business interaction is clear communication. Clear communication is so, so important. It can prevent so many problems. And we were talking about this yesterday as well in the live. Why do we put the responsibility on other people? My client should know. Well, she should know. Well, this person should know. We need to set very clear boundaries. And as part of that, that's why I put that post up on my Instagram. But even as right now, so I'm rebranding and doing my new website. We're finishing it up. It's not up yet. That was something very important to me, was to establish this is how you can work with me. This is how you can contact me. This is, the time when I get back to you. I think it has really helped me personally and in business to be very clear what the expectations are and what the process looks like. I cannot put that type of responsibility on other people. And I really want to hone in this topic today because it has happened to me. I have had not clear boundaries from the beginning. And, and it's all my wrongdoing. I'm not blaming this on anybody. I've had people take advantage of me. It's okay, but that was my fault for not having clear boundaries from the beginning. And sometimes I know, especially in being in a service-based industry, we feel guilty. I felt guilty. I'm being honest right now. I'm talking about myself. I felt so guilty. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm putting up these boundaries. People are going to think I'm this, and they're going to think I'm being mean. And I think all this about myself, but it's not that. I have 3 kids, and this is what I'm telling you guys behind the scenes. I didn't post anything about this, but I'm sharing here with you because you are my audience as well. And I can be transparent, and go more into depth to give you some context behind this, because I really want to give you the benefit of this topic today. So I started thinking oh my gosh, but I have kids and I have all these things to do. I can't be on 24/7. People can't expect, sometimes people invite me to go out to, eat or go have coffee. I just can't drop everything and go. I would need a babysitter. There's so much more that goes on to my life. And I'm and then it hit me inside of my head, I'm like, Celeste, you have not established clear boundaries to what you're allowed and why you don't. You're very clear on that in your life, but why are you not doing that in your online business as an educator? Because I love to give and I love to, give everything, and I expect, the same level of respect, but that is my own wrongdoing because I'm going with the emotion of expectations, and expectations are the biggest downfall that will lead you to disappointments. So having clear communication, it is the best way to do. It is so important that we take out the emotion out of things. So when situations come up in business or in life, which they will, because it's just part of, being human and being in this world, you can actually learn how to deal with them in a creative way with your emotions, and also how to employ your own intelligence in a beneficial way to the situation instead of allowing all the emotion coming out of it. Just ask. I always tell my kids, like, it's not what you say, it's not what you do, it's how you say it and how you do it. That's very big in my household and in my life. So we cannot be expecting of anybody else. We cannot be putting our own expectations on other people. The more clear we are in communication and life and in business, the better it will be. Put out those clear communication and clear boundaries, taking the emotion out of the way, so there can be a beneficial relationship on both sides of the table, whether it's business to your client or business to business. It's very important that we learn how to deal with emotions in a creative and intelligent way. And I just really love this book. So again, it's Emotional Intelligence 2.0. It has also like a popular emotional intelligence test, which I really loved. Part of the book when you purchase it. It just pretty much, it just tells you like how to, have more professional success and personal excellence, different strategies for self-awareness, for self-management, for social awareness, relationship management. So it was just really an awesome book. So big shout out to So Cool Lashes and founder Jenna book, because I learned so much from it and I'm so excited. Remember, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are capable. You are allowed to empower yourself. You are allowed to have the self-love and self-care of establishing boundaries in a healthy, amazing way. So there's clear communication between you and your client. So there's clear communication between you and other businesses. When you're in business, we're dealing with humans. There's lots of emotions. There's a lot of situations that come up. But being able to take the emotion out of situations can really benefit us in big ways a lot of times. So whenever I feel like somebody has triggered something on me, or, like, oh my gosh, this is triggering me, or I don't know how to deal with it, or this is frustrating, I always love, my last tip for today is sleep on it. The pillow is my best friend. Sometimes I need a good night's sleep to really think and feel how I'm going to respond to it. I don't need to respond to everybody right away. And you're allowed to have those boundaries as well. Well, I hope this was helpful to you. I will see you next week. So much love. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye, love.